Welcome to another edition of the Coach Daboll Show presented by Ford. I'm Bob Papa. On Sunday, the Giants take on the Broncos in Denver. Big show coming up for you. Carl Banks will go to the coaches' tape. We'll visit with Coach Daboll. Sean O'Hara goes one-on-one. Bruce Beck in the locker room. But as always, I'd like to welcome in my co-host, two-time Super Bowl champion Carl Banks and Coach Daboll. And Carl, did you enjoy your weekend off?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Coach Daboll, I know you had some work to do, but an ability to recharge a little bit?
Yeah, I think that was good for the coaches and the players. Able to go see your kids play some sports or some activities like that, but you're not too far away from it. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and certainly try to do some of that as well.
Coach, you speak to us about player leadership, right? And you come on this show and we talk about things that need to be done, and you guys as coaches have to emphasize things. And then it got out after this game that there was, some player leadership that also impacted the way that game turned out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a player's game, always has been. Have a lot of respect for the guys that go out there and lay it on the field every week. They put their heart and soul into it. And I think we have a number of good guys on our team that do things the right way and are good examples for, some of the younger guys and for some of the older guys. So it's important to them. They want to do everything they can do to put themselves in a good chance to be successful, and that's what our guys do.
This week, you're going on the road to take on a really tough Broncos team. Let's start with them defensively. 30 sacks. They're only giving up 16 points per game. Vance Joseph has done this a long time. What jumps out at you about their defense as far as why they're so effective?
Well, they have good players, and they have a good scheme. I'd say Vance does a good job of mixing things up. They get people into, I would say, poor situational football offensively, and they're able to, generate pass rush a number of different ways. One, by just the talent of the players that they have, and then they're also a pressure team. Playing well on early downs is always important. It'll be particularly important in a loud environment and staying on track because this team can get after the passer. It's a very good defense. They're playing at a high level, held the team to negative yards passing, so that's hard to do in this league.
Coach, talk a little bit about their offense. Bo Nix, who seems to be just scratching the surface, but very accurate on the run, out of the pocket, making off-schedule throws, and it just seems like his arm talent is showing each and every week.
Yeah, I've known Bo for a bit since I was down at Alabama and had a sensational rookie year. Seems like him and Sean are in sync. He's athletic and can make all those throws and do things with his legs, but he's also a very smart player for a young player. Makes good decisions. Will throw the ball away when he needs to. Has firm grasp of the offense that Sean is using with him. Those boots and nakeds are issues. They do a good job of setting those up and getting them on the perimeter. And but then you look at games where it's going into halftime, 2 minute, they don't have much time, and he drills the seam to like. He's a good quarterback. He's been that way for a long time. Have a lot of respect for Bo, and certainly his first year was a very productive year, and he's leading the team to a 4-2 mark right now.
Yeah, and they have two good backs in Dobbins and the rookie Harvey, and then they have what I call the teens. It feels like every one of the receivers has a number in the teens, and they all kind of look the same, and it's hard to figure out which one's which, but they're all really effective as a group, aren't they?
Yeah, and I'd say they have, they're all productive. They all have very good skill sets. They're all a little bit different. Sutton is an unbelievable player. I think he can run routes for a big man. He's a contested catcher. He's been productive for a long time. He plays well under pressure, performs in the biggest moments, a la third down. Franklin's a speedster. They got him involved a little bit on third down last week against the Jets. Got him on some perimeter things where he can use his speed. And Mims is, when Mims is in the game, you better be alert. He's an excellent returner. But he made a huge play there in the Jets to really spring it on that wheel route on the linebacker. But really good in space, instinctive, quick. They got a good football team. That's why they're where they're at.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Best of luck on Sunday.
Thanks, guys.
That's the head coach of the New York Giants, Brian Daboll. When we come back on the program, the sights and sounds of the Giants win against the Eagles. All that and more here on the Coach Daboll Show, presented by Ford. Welcome back to the Coach Daboll Show, presented by Ford. On Sunday, it's the Giants and Broncos in Denver. Well, the Giants are coming off another win against the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's listen to the sights and sounds of that Thursday night victory.
We are the New York Football Giants, and we came today to go to war. Yeah. It's a privilege to be out here. It's a privilege to shine in these lights. Go out there like it's your last game. Like it's your last game. No, we had the ball for it. Let's go out there and take advantage of every opportunity today. Let's fight together. Come on, man. Start down 3. 1, 2, 3, jump, man.
Dart in shotgun set. Drops back to throw. Escapes. Now he's going to run with it. Cuts at the 15. He's to the 10. To the 5. Touchdown, Giants. Jackson Dart. 20-yard touchdown run. And for the first time since 2009, the Giants have scored a touchdown on the opening drive of the game in 3 consecutive games.
Hey, come here. Boy. Hey, that a boy.
Shotgun set for Hurts. Barkley to his right. Hurts back to throw. Under pressure, is going to get sacked back at the 20-yard line. Spider-Man, Brian Burns gets sack number 6 on the season.
Boy, I mean, he got in there quick, fast.
Hey, dude, what out of him? Let's go. Keep the pressure on.
3 receivers flashed out to the right. Takes the shotgun snap, back to throw. Climbs the pocket, he's under pressure. Bounces now to his right, throws it to the sideline. Open is Robinson, runs out of a tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown! Wan'Dale Robinson working magic for 35 yards!
Just when they said this receiving core was mid, they're showing they got a little something to prove here.
Let's go. What diggity do? You got me, I got you. It ain't over. You got me, I got you. 60 minutes, Scott. Go. You got it in your tank? Let's go. Always. Let's go, man.
2nd and goal at the 4. Dart out of the gun this time. Brings Bellinger in motion. Handoff, Scatterby runs up into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. Scatterby's 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, and the Giants are back in front with 1:19 to go in the half.
Good drive.
Play fast and aggressive. All right? Just next play. That's a good job. That's big 2 big plays from you. That's what I need from you.
Come on. Let's take your ass off. One more.
1st and goal, Giants at the 1 with 8:05 to go in the 3rd. Giants by 3. Handoff, Scatterby runs to his right, fighting for the end zone. Did he break the plane? Yes, touchdown, Giants.
Get a line. Yeah. Good job, baby. Good work, man. Yeah. Good work, man. Good work. Let's go, Scott. Hey. Yeah. It's a good day, man. It's a good day. It ain't over yet, though. I got one more.
3 receivers out to the left. Hurts takes the snap, under pressure immediately. Grabbed by Burns and sacked by Burns. Back at the 38-yard line. Spider-Man gets number 2 tonight and 7 on the season.
Boy, this Giant 3rd down defense has been good tonight.
Hey, great job, man. Hey, that's so great. Let's go, man. Come on.
And getting to all the playing. 4th quarter. At our best. 4th quarter.
2nd and 10 at the Giant 15. Giants up 27-17. Hurts back, throws left, pass intercepted along the right sideline. Racing up the sideline for the Giants. It's Cordell Flott. He's to the 40, 30, and knocked out of bounds at the Philadelphia 22. Hurts picked off for the first time this year. Cordell Flott's his name. Dart takes a knee. The teams to the middle of the field to shake hands as the final seconds tick off. It's the final score from MetLife Stadium. Yeah, you're driving home happy. Giants 34, Eagles 17.
That's a great win, man.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to tell you this, all right? I love every one of you, man. All right? That is tough. All right?
New York football.
That is tough. I'm going to tell you what. There's one tough son of a in here. His name's John Mara.
Obviously, it was a really cool night at MetLife Stadium as the Giants beat the Philadelphia Eagles for win number 2. When we come back, Sean O'Hara goes one-on-one, all that and more here on the Coach Daboll Show, presented by Ford.
Welcome back to the Coach Daboll Show. We're down on the field one-on-one with the man of the hour, Cam Scadaboo. Are you the most popular guy in New York right now?
I hope not, because there's a lot of famous people out there in New York, but I'm probably up on the charts right now for sure.
All of the accolades and everything, it's justified by your play. We talked before about how physical you are and how your contact balance is phenomenal. When you're running the football, let's go back to the Thursday night Eagles game. You're running to the sideline, all right? And what's going through your mind right before, as you're going to the sideline, right before you make contact with somebody like that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, throughout my whole life, I was taught, one, never just run out of bounds without making contact. You must be forced out of bounds. It's something you don't just run out of bounds.
Walter Payton was like that.
That's what I was taught growing up. My dad didn't like me just running out of bounds. There's actually a yard or two to get. That was worth it. No matter how big they are, how small they are, like I have full force, so I'm going to run this person over. So whoever's in the way is going to get it, and that's always been the goal and the plan.
Yeah, I know it happens fast, so you're just kind of in the moment. When you're physical like that and you're taking on contact, obviously for a lot of ball carriers, it's kind of instinctual to just, the ball could kind of get away from your body a little bit. You're trying to fight through yards and you're rushing guys off, stiff-arming guys. What are some things that you work on for ball security? Like, show me how you hold the ball and how do you change it as you're embracing for impact?
Yeah, I think obviously the 4 key points is, the eagle claw across the ball. Tight.
Eagle claw,
split the finger on top of the ball.
Not the index finger on the
A lot of people like to do this, but
right.
I think I get more security with this.
So you got on both sides.
And then I bring it across the chest, elbow tight. And then obviously when you run through contact, back in the day they used to carry it like this.
Right.
And there's always ways you can get that ball out, ripping arms or anything. One arm gets loose. But now they're starting to teach it to grab the wrist. Because you're strong here in this point of, running through contact.
You're not getting it out that way.
And then it allows you also, the fact that you're holding it like this, it allows you not to let you bring it away from your body.
Right.
Like this arm is supposed to be holding it tight, even if this arm is loose. So that's the main point. But
so when you have it in one hand, like you want to make sure this back end is not exposed, right? Because
yeah, you want to keep the elbow tight, nice and tight to your chest and your rib cage, ball high and tight. Try to take away the surface of the ball, especially underneath it. On top, your body blocks that.
Right.
Underneath, if you take the surface away underneath, and that's when people kind of shy away from trying to get it.
Well, you're an offensive lineman's dream because, when we get the 4-minute offense going and we got to close the game out, we put you in I formation. We saw it against Philly on Thursday night, closing it out. How does your mindset change at the end of the game like that when you're trying to ice the game?
I don't think it ever changes. I think knowing that you have to get a first down and it'll end the game is kind of more of a enticing thing, like, we won the game, all we need is first down or 2. I think that kind of drives you a little bit more, knowing that the game is over if you get the first down. I think in that point in the game, you just want to hit everything fast. Just get downhill, get as many yards as you can.
Don't get cute.
You can get 4 yards a play. 4 yards every 4 plays is 12 yards. So if you get a first down in 4 plays, like it's consistent. As long as you're consistent in getting those downs, that's what I kind of live by.
Cam, thanks so much for the time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, keep doing your thing.
Appreciate it.
All right, love watching you.
Thank you.
All right, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to come right here on the Coach Daboll Show.
Welcome back to the Coach Daboll Show, presented by Ford. After a mini bye, the Giants are back at work. For more, we send it over to Bruce Beck.
Thanks, Bob. Theo Johnson is off to an excellent start this year. In his second year out of Penn State, things are happening. They say the game slows down sometimes for a second-year player. Theo, do you feel that?
For sure. Your first year, you're just trying to figure out how the league works. And the way I describe it is you're drinking through a fire hose. The water pressure starts to slow down a little bit, and you start to figure out how to do things.
Where have you improved the most this year?
Yeah, I think it's really just diagnosing what I'm seeing. Just figuring out how NFL defenses work. They're a lot different than college. So I think just, my knowledge of the game has helped me to play a lot faster this year.
So your first touchdown this year was that little shovel pass against the Chargers. Did you know it was coming underhand?
We practiced that play a whole bunch. I knew it was coming underhand. We actually called it 2 times in a row, and the first time we got out of it. So I was ready the second time it came in.
What about those 2 touchdowns in the first half against New Orleans? Are you getting more opportunities to just get into pay dirt?
Yeah, I think there's been more opportunities there. Obviously, it's been tough not having Malik, and we've got to fill that gap in production. So I've been trying to step up in that area, and I think I've done a good job with that so far.
So Jackson Dart says you're one of his best friends, but he has the utmost respect for you, and he loves your work ethic. So what do you think of him?
I feel the same way. Me and him are super close. We spend a lot of time together, outside the building, not just hanging out, but studying, talking about what we're looking at for certain plays and different routes and stuff, just so we're on the same page on game day.
Theo Johnson, 3 touchdowns already this year, Bob, and he's smiling a lot more. Continued success, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Back to you, Bob.
Now it's time for this week's edition of Strategy, presented by Microsoft Copilot. And Carl, we're going to take a look at this Denver Broncos team led by their second-year quarterback, Bo Nix. Now, Giant fans saw a lot of this last week from Jackson Dart.
Sure.
It's also part of Bo Nix's game.
Well, this is a great opportunity for this Giant defense to kind of prepare for what they could see. But I just want to make note of what the receivers do when the quarterback's in trouble. And this is a quarterback, Bob, who once he starts moving and it breaks down, it's just watch what he does here. He's got receiver, receiver, receiver. All guys, he's got options, but he's looking in this direction. Doesn't like what he sees. Watch this. I'll freeze it here. Once he starts here, this receiver says, I'm going deep. This guy's going out. So they all complement the quarterback and they help him out. Made himself available here. This guy makes himself available, right? Right here in the line of sight of the quarterback. And then the quarterback takes the big one right here down the field. So you've got to stay plastered on because they have skilled receivers, but the quarterback throws with great accuracy on what should have been a broken play.
Yeah, I mean, and it goes to show you Bo Nix's arm strength, running to his left on the run and throwing it over the top to Franklin. Carl, let's talk a little bit about their run game. They have a rookie in Harvey, and they have the veteran in Dobbins.
So Dobbins, what you see here is a single back, right? But everything they're doing in this sequence, Bob, is basically having a fullback. You'll see this guy here come in motion, but when he comes back, he's on a mission to find the inside linebacker. Just watch this before commentary. There's your motion. Then he comes back. And you see how he just basically becomes a lead blocker there. So if you're an inside linebacker, the easy read has always been follow this back. One back is only one guy that can get the ball. But if you're this linebacker, you can't be fast when you know that this guy could be coming back. So your read is not necessarily the back by himself. It's got to be the lead blocker. You see him come back. This guy comes out here, he thinks this gap is wide open. It's a trap. He cuts it all the way back, sets up all his blockers. So they are literally designed to get your linebackers to overcommit, and they give you something so enticing to make you feel like, oh, I can make this play.
Now let's talk a little bit, Carl, about their ability to get pressure. They have 30 sacks. And Nick Bonito leads the team with 8.
Yeah, listen, Bob, they get after it. They can do it with 4. They can do it with blitz. They are a team that will bring pressure. But here you'll see Bonito, and it doesn't look like it's anything flashy here. He just goes, separates, and accelerates. He's a very explosive player. Just basically beats the tackle with not a move, but just explosion. He sets him up, and then he just explodes by him.
And by the way, that's Joe Alt, who was a Pro Bowler last year. All right, the other thing that they have, obviously they're only giving up 15.8 points per game, but they have the great Patrick Surtain, and he's just as good as it gets, Carl, and won the Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Yeah, and there's a reason why, Bob. He's very disciplined. They're a very disciplined defense, but he's committed to his fundamentals, and you'll see as we run this, he's going to play outside technique the whole way. And then he knows there's only one other place he could go. He doesn't have safety help, so he accelerates. Now, this is the equivalent of zero coverage here because there's no one in the middle of the field. And so they think they have a receiver on cornerback. This should be an easy pitch and catch. So he bends his stem but Surtain just undercuts it and makes a play on the ball. Not a bad throw, not a bad route, just a better play by the defense.
Yep, and that's why he is the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. So that's a look at what the Giants will be dealing with this week, taking on the Denver Broncos. All right, Carl, final thoughts on this game between the Giants and the Broncos. The Giants, a little mini bye. Everybody's all fired up about the Giants. Social media people are creating songs about Jackson Dart and Scatterboo. But the main thing's got to be the main thing, right?
It does. And the main thing when you're on the road in Denver is attention to detail. It's the thing that allowed you to have such a good game on Thursday night has to become the norm. And your opponents will have some say. You're not going to have perfect plays. You've got to be attention to detail every phase of it. It's going to be hostile. It's going to be, anxiety driven because the air is thin. You got to stay calm and just focus on your job.
This week's game between the Giants and the Broncos is presented by United Airlines, the official airline of the New York Giants. That wraps it up for this week's show. For Carl Banks, Coach Daboll, Sean O'Hara, and Bruce Beck, and our entire crew, I'm Bob Papa. Thanks for joining us for this edition of the Coach Daboll Show, presented by Ford.